Hello and welcome to Bloter Gaming. Today we're going to be taking a look at Blockhood, but in a completely different way because today I've got Sandbox in mind, and that is exactly what we're going to be starting a beautiful series with. So for this, I am going to go with, I believe, Ecology, but I really want to go with Freeform because after having messed around with it, I know Freeform lets you explore in many more options because you don't really have constraints like the decay constraints or the production problem. So all that is taken care of. But like I said, I mean, Ecology on the other hand is it adds some sort of an excitement to the game. It adds a little bit of challenge to the game. So I believe I shall start with that. And of course we will have to increase our tile size as well. So that's exactly what I'll do right there, and have the depth of about 12. And without further ado, let's get started. I hope you guys are having an awesome day today. A beautiful series this is going to be. We're going to create the best town that there is. Alright, so we are in the game, and this is exactly what we have been given. Oh well, actually I chose the dimensions for it, but nonetheless, alright, you understand what I mean to say. Right, so first things first, of course, to get our city up and rolling, we will need a little bit of water. Beautiful that we've got all these things available now, because it is a sandbox mode, so all of these things are now available to us. As soon as we start collecting all the things, like for example the fermenter over here requires fruits and electricity, and so brew requires wheat and water, so we have to take care of all of those things, but all in its good time. Anyhow, so for this first episode I'm going to take it easy and slowly, so because the foundation has to be really strong in order to make this thing work out really perfect, and for us to actually have it go vertically in terms of height and maybe have a little bit of style in terms of it going up. Anyways, that all comes in later, but I will have to be careful. So because of that, because of the vertical constraints, so to say, which are going to be based on our foundation, I will go a little slow in the initial, I believe, 2-3 episodes, just because I want to be certain about the foundation, you know. Anyways, enough talking, let's get started with a little bit of excitement in this episode, and let's get a few people living in our town. So what is done, they definitely need some fresh air, so let's give them some fresh air. Alright, so another thing is, I would like to basically segregate our industrial area with our residential area, and then probably have another separate block altogether just for tourism and people to just hang out, and universities, and maybe a few work areas as you go from residential towards this middle section, which is the market. I've kind of planned it out in my mind, but I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna place it on the map. I was initially thinking of having it divided like this, so have a clear line in the middle, right, which would basically have the marketplace all over it, and on this side maybe the residential could be there, and on this side all the industrial could be there. But I am not 100% about that yet, because we just started off, and if I open up this menu right here, you can see we don't really have a lot of money. We always start with 150 units, so that is something to kind of keep in mind. Anyhow, so because I've got all of these things set up over here, I am going to have to get our small apartment somewhere around here. At least that's the plan. So let's get these corridors set up so that we can at least have the people roaming around. Right, so now as soon as we've got a little bit of leisure and some fresh air, we can plot this small apartment right about here. There you go, and that should definitely get us a few people moving in, hopefully soon. And as soon as they move in fact I'll give them 2 over there. There we go, beautiful. In terms of our electricity, we've gone down, but that's okay, since we've got solar panels. Don't really have to worry about that. That's pretty good. I can just plot those right above the house. Also, we're losing quite a lot of fresh air, so let's expand on that with since it's just the initial, maybe I should have a few of these set up as well. is it that one? I believe, aha, there it is, the Acacia Tree. Now this one I love because of its properties of reducing the greenhouse gas. Now this is something I definitely want to keep a check of since the start of the game. So I will have that thing placed right next to the houses that we've got initially. And as we move on, oh, whoa, 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 it's still not done. I completely missed that. All right, let me just plot in another two of these guys right here. Even though the fresh air that they provide is very, very low, I guess. Right, the fresh air output is 0.5, but the input intake of water is also just 0.5. So I seriously don't mind having few more of these just lying around, but not yet. Not yet, because we kind of would run out of water. Never mind all of that gibberish that I'm just talking. Alright, so now that we've got all of these things set up, the next thing would probably be to start thinking about money. How exactly or what should I invest in so as to get a little bit of money rolling in? And I believe an interesting one for that should probably be, alright, so getting youth out is also, oh, there it is. We can definitely get a barbershop in because it is a pretty crucial thing to have, I believe. At the same point of time, it is going to get us money, so that's pretty good. But as soon as I plot that in, we are kind of losing electricity. So let's get another one of these solar panels set up, right? I could have another one on top of our... I might actually skip it for now and maybe invest in a little bit of biogas generator, because that thing actually works based on all the exertion, I could say, that people in our city or community have, and all of that is collected, the grey water and the biogas and whatnot, basically, that we can convert. So I know I'm not making myself crystal clear, but I will right about now. So there you go, you've got algae farms available, right? And that thing works on the basis of grey water. Now grey water, you get grey water is basically wastewater, right? Dirty water from all the household things and stuff. And that's exactly what this thing is going to be using, the algae farm, and it shall convert algae and water. And then we've got the biogas thing right about here. So that is going to come into play later. But for now, I guess I will have to expand on the electricity. For now, I will have to. Alright, there we go. So now that we've got about 4 solar panels, we should be pretty happy in terms of that. Yes, we are. As well as in terms of money, we are pretty good. That is beautiful. Also, another thing is, I would like to ask, so my plan for the series is to actually have the episodes ranging from about 20 to 25 minutes. But if you feel like maybe 30 minutes is okay or 35 minutes is okay, then please do comment below and let me know, because it does help out quite a lot in terms of those kind of decisions. And yeah, thank you so much. Anyways, so that was just a small little side note. Nevertheless, so we are losing quite a lot of grey water, which is not good. And we have started making some good money. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I'm happy with that. But let us definitely take care of this grey water situation by probably adding a few more residential areas right about here. I need a corner apartment. Oh, I would have thought it... Never mind, that's okay. Right, so there we go. We've got a corner apartment set up. And they should bring us some labor as well as some grey water. I should actually start thinking about the youth as well. So I should probably have the youth set up as well, right over there. Alright, now we have started losing some fresh air, so how about we give them a little bit of Acacia Tree, Acacia Leisure. There you go. That should be pretty good. Kind of. I can definitely have one more. Why not? Because I really want to keep a check on all the greenhouse gases, as I know as we start expanding, it is going to have a toll on the city. Like quite a big margin, actually. It always does. Never mind, now that we've got a little bit of youth rolling in our city, it's probably a good time to have school for them. And, where is my school? Is it not yet available? Corner store, large apartment, small apartment, market, office, school. There you go. That was weird. Okay, never mind. So school goes there. Awesome. So we've got youth coming in from right over there, and they just go across the street. There we go. Now that they've got their own path, they can actually go there, and we can probably even see the animation. We have started losing some money. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, fine. So just placing one of these has got my price up. It's basically this corridor, because it costs 0.5, and I believe that is the reason why we are getting this problem. So let me just get rid of this one right here. That brings it down. It should have brought it down by quite a lot. Because if the price is 0.5... Alright, you know what? I'm just wasting too much time thinking about that. Probably it's a good time to have an office set up as well. Since we've already got a school set up, so people will start working as well. And we definitely need to take care of that. So we've got a bit of office for them. And now that we've done that, offices really work well when you've got coffee for them. Now that I realized after a lot of hours, so to say, spent in the game. And it's pretty interesting the way it works, but pretty cool as well. So I will definitely look into it as soon as my farms are available to me. That's another thing. I should actually invest in farms and probably get that thing going from here, from this direction. So maybe I should just have this thing move out left from that direction, from that area right there. And let's take care of some electricity. There we go. Pretty good, pretty good. That's so sad. It starts raining and these houses, they don't even have anything, any roof on top of them. So not right. Anyhow, let's get a little bit of this going on because our fresh air, it's dying by quite a lot and that's not good. So I think I'm going to place one tree over there. Just like that, and that should definitely take care of our fresh air. Beautiful, by quite a big margin. That is exactly what I needed. Our knowledge is doing pretty good. Youth is stable, so that's awesome. That means 2 of these houses is good enough for 1 school. That's amazing, that's good to know. Alright, now in terms of my farms and whatnot, so we should be looking in production, and we've already got algae farm for us set up, which is good, and that guy is producing algae, which I could use for this right about here. But in terms of my electricity, yeah, I'm on the margin. So maybe it's not a bad idea to start investing in a little bit of electricity perhaps. And that's what I shall do right about there. Have this thing connected with our pavement, just like so. Now we are losing quite a lot of LG as well, and that can be taken care of by just adding another algae farm. How would you pronounce it actually? Please do let me know. I mean, if you can, that is. There you go. That brings down the cost ratio, so to say, and that's pretty good. Beautiful. Now we've gone down in our grey water production, so that would basically mean that we need more houses in the city, and rightfully so, I guess. So maybe I should invest in some houses. The only thing is, I'm thinking about where should I have more houses. Should I have like a layer going right behind, or I'm really tempted to carve out a path through here and have more houses on this side. So what that would mean is that this area could probably be the residential, right? And then this definitely could be like the farming area, and everything on that side could be the industrial area. That's not a bad idea. I could actually do that. Just need to take care of these trees over here. Or Or I keep this going just the way it is and then make a turn around here and get some houses laid down right here, which is also not a bad idea. Choices, choices, so many choices. All right, you know what? I'm gonna leave space over there for some more trees, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna have apartments right about here. So let's set up our apartments, and I know this is actually going to block the view of that guy, but I seriously don't really care that much about that right now. Because if I do, then I wouldn't really have any space all over the map. There would be no space left, and that's not something that I'm looking forward to. That's beautiful. There's already somebody in there. That's good to know. All right. So now we've kind of created ourselves a good, stable place where I can actually start investing in some farming stuff. For example, fish farms, as well as a few wheat dairies and whatnot, because it is a beautiful thing to have once you start accumulating a little bit of fertilizer, that is. So that is pretty crucial to have fertilizer set up. But once you've done that, like I said, it's good to have all of these farms because they help you with a lot of things. So there you go, I'm gonna have them set up like that. I just hope it works right and productively. Nevertheless, also, now that we've got so many people living in, and if we look at our organic waste, we're all over the chart with the organic waste. Like, consumer is all over the chart as well, which is actually good. Consumer should be there because we need that demand in the city. But, right, coming back to the point, organic waste. I could definitely take care of the organic waste by adding a little bit of this, but at the same bit of time, this guy is going to be producing quite a lot of greenhouse gas. Do you see that? So you kind of have to be hand in hand with that. That's something that this game has taught me, trying to have things balanced. And it is pretty crucial, even when you talk about it in terms of just your day to day life. Whoa, look at that big chunk of fresh air that it just took away. Wow. Alright, let's bring that in for sure. And for that, I think I'm gonna expand upon some more of these just like that, and then have our path go straight up, and then have few more of these apartments right here, and then probably in the middle I could have more of these acacia trees if we'd want to. I don't know, for now we're doing pretty good, because if I do more, if I plant more, we might start losing a little bit of water. So never mind that, it's doing pretty good. Fresh air is going up by about 0.06%. Decent enough. Not the best. Certainly not the best. Not the best? Not the best is what I meant. Alright, so let's get our library set up. Actually, this is not a bad spot, but I did say I want all of this as a farming land sort of a space. So where exactly is our market going to be? Right, that is another very beautiful question to ask. Where is my market going to be? Because right now I'm planning to have some residentials right about here, right? So basically this whole area like this would be residential, and then probably I can expand on it, add another layer on top as a second floor, get rid of all of these solar panels, and then just keep on expanding them up and have these acacia trees in the middle, and that would basically give us a beautiful, I don't know, an ecological, living, breathing building is what I'm getting at, eventually trying to get at. But that is definitely going to take time, but that is the idea. Right, so if that is going to be our residential, this would have actually been the best place to have the market. Choices, I tell you. Alright, you know what? Just on top over here, I think I'm gonna cover this whole area up with marketplaces. And right in the back, I can have one path connecting with all of these farmlands and whatnot. So the path could basically come out from here like this, and then go out in there, which would work. And it's not necessary to have a path actually. I mean, as long as these are all connected together and all the... So as you can see, those protruding triangles that you've got on either sides, on all the sides actually, of any object that you pick up, like that, or that perhaps. So what that basically implies, so in this you've only got that on two sides, so it cannot be accessed from the other side. And why? Because it's got a big triangle in the middle, or whatever that beam is basically. So it does not allow people to go through that, and makes sense. Whereas something like this, or rather something like this, would allow people to just go through wherever, however they want to, right? So that's exactly what it's indicating. And over here, since we've got these connected all together with the triangles matching with each other, it just works out perfect. Anyhow, enough of talk over there about that. Our library is doing pretty good, so is our school. That is good to know. Wow, so is the barber. Amazing. That's beautiful. That's amazing. All right, now that we've got vegetables as well, since we already had um, our fertilizer being set up, so maybe I can expand on getting a few. Where is it? First things I have to find it. Right, there it is. So since we've got some fish, we can now have a fish stand that can go, that can go there. And then we can have a vegetable stand that can probably go like there, just like that, right? And we could also have, oh no, we cannot. Oh, I did not place of any more of those farms, did I? Let's do that actually. So we've got this one, which is producing vegetable for us. Right besides it, we've got the fish farm, which is producing fish for us. And if I were to look at our fish production, it's actually doing pretty good. So I wouldn't really worry much about that. Beautiful. That is done. In terms of our money, we are doing okay. Not the greatest, but we're doing manageable, I would say. So let's just expand on getting rid of the organic waste. Like I was talking about earlier, and I completely ignored my thought. I don't know why. I don't know. I just forgot about it. Nevertheless, now that I know about it, I've taken care of it. There you go. So that is definitely going to help us try and bring down the organic waste, which is just going up and up by the numbers. Maybe I could actually have something else as well that would have an input of organic waste. Maybe. Oh wow, that is pretty good. We could actually have a bee farm so that we can have a bakery and whatnot, and that actually helps. Also, since we've got fruits and vegetables available, well, I still did not take care of the fruits, did I? I talk a bit too much. I definitely do. For those of you who just watch and don't really comment, I just read your mind. I talk a bit too much. I would agree with you, and I am going to try and slow it down. Alright, so this guy is the apple orchid, however you say it. Orchard. I'm pretty sure that's not how you say it, but anyways. So let's get this guy placed right about there. Now he's not happy, mainly because we've got a compost right next to it, and rightfully so. Why would a tree be happy being placed right next to a dirty compost? But when you place another same tree, now you're talking. It's just like humans, you know. If there's just one human left alone, of course the person's not going to be okay. But if there are two of them, friends, let's say, they're just going to have a gala time and whatnot, you know. So it's, and same goes for animals and all of those things, you know. So it kind of applies to each and everything, I would say, given what's going on with this game. Anyhow, again, talking a bit too much. Sorry. Wheat. Should I expand on it just yet? I could, because then I could have a bakery, which in turn will be good for the. Should I give them a bakery, or should I just give them a small little market that would come handy for anybody who wants to buy something like extra than vegetables and fruits that we've got available for them? Very interesting option. We've got a corner store. So let's actually place one of these corner stores right about there, so that if at all they would need anything else, they can go there. Our electricity is holding up fine. Our water has finally started going down. I was wondering when it would, because looking at the situation, there's only one water tower, so I wasn't really certain how long it would last. But anyways, it did last pretty long, and I'm happy about that. There we go. Did that take care of it? Awesome. Yes, it did. So So our water has gone up again, and our electricity was doing pretty good, so I kind of got rid of the unnecessary solar panel that we had going on over there. Also, I could have fog collector. They say it's pretty good to have. Well, I know it's pretty good to have, but I don't really experiment much with it. I just let it be. Nonetheless, now that we've got that, so I would have to expand on that as well as we go from layer to layer. Or probably have that layer to layer in the sense when we go vertically up. But now that we have that, maybe what I could do is plan it like have... So now that I've got 2 fog collectors on this level right here, I could probably leave 1 level and then probably 2 alternate levels, and I could have another 2 fog collectors and whatnot. That might just work. Might. Anyhow, looking back at our progress, we have taken care of pretty much all of the things. I'm pretty satisfied with our greenhouse gas that we've taken care of. Organic waste, don't worry, we definitely will bring it down. In terms of our grey water, the production is pretty good because the consumption is quite large as well. So I am not going to have anything against that. In terms of the electricity is doing pretty good. Water we've taken care of. Labor is going up. What about our youth and knowledge though? Biogas is going up. That also can be utilized by placing one of those biogas generators, as we will require that. Our knowledge is doing pretty good, so is our youth. Beautiful. That brings us to the end of this episode, guys. I definitely do hope you enjoyed this. It is a beautiful, beautiful game, and this is going to be an awesome series. We've started off with this little small society that we've got going on with almost each and everything that it would require, and I'm pretty certain it's going to get us there in time. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next video, bye bye.